All right, welcome to the impressions video for the week. Up this time is Net Attack. There's some punctuation in here. There's a dot and there's some brackets, but they're not around anything. I'm not supposed. I don't know if they're supposed to be pronounced here. We're just gonna call it Net Attack. Okay?
Yeah, we'll get yelled at by the devs if it's something else.
I'm like, probably not. This is one from a code site, and I find those devs are 99 out of 100 times silent. Like, it's the ones I directly speak to, or, they PR people, that kind of thing. I'll hear back from more than that route. But enough behind the scenes, Codswallop. Net Attack. Unleash your inner hacker skills and code your way to victory in a game where complex algorithms and intuitive gameplays collide. Net Attack is a dynamic top-down survivors-like roguelike. Okay, I'm not exactly sure what a survivors-like is.
Like Devil Survivor or Vampire Survivor.
Vampire Survivor.
There we go.
The first one. Many other games using that style is Survivor.
No, I know what you're talking about now. Yeah, I'm like, I've just never seen it framed like that before. Anyway, where you create your own abilities using programming. So, I suppose a question for you, Petty. Did they have you typing really fast?
Nope, that's actually overselling what you're doing. As you play through the game, you get this little menu in here where you basically drag stuff off of your little buy nodes thing, and then you just click and drag to connect them. And then boom, you've programmed. It's very much like there are like modern like coding things that let you do stuff like this, but it's not really gonna teach you coding. Like by the time you're done with this, you're not gonna be fluent in C or what have you.
Yeah, there's a reason I gave this game to you.
Yeah,
and that is
literally this.
You're the one who comp science here.
Yep. But yeah, so if you're looking at this to teach you how to code, no, they're just using that as a funny gimmick. But it's really just taking out the randomizer from the Survivors games to something you have a little bit more control over, for better or worse. After so long, the quote-unquote firewall will kick on and try and force you out. You need to hit a certain number of these like golden, what look like computer chips, to get experience to level up. And once you get enough experience, you can make your way out to the exit and leave. After every level, you get a premium node, which will get you just like something that's better, stronger, you know, so on and so forth. And yeah, you can just kind of keep building these nodes out. And then you just kind of keep going through the levels and get more data from the chips, you know, the quote-unquote elite Haxor stuff. Keep leveling up, and eventually you'll clear the level. Like, here in early access, it's honestly almost like a slightly longer demo. Like, it'll take you like maybe half an hour to clear these sets of levels.
So after that, are you prompted to scream "hack the planet" at the top of your lungs?
They just kind of send you to the main menu and be like, hey, I hope you had fun, rate us on Steam, you know.
Mm.
And like, there is some funny things in here. Like, you can switch the quote-unquote programming stuff to COBOL, which, haha, cute.
No. That's the reason I ran away from computer science.
Coward.
They were trying to train me into learning COBOL. Fucking ancient hieroglyphics of a programming language.
You say that, but it's still, we definitely need COBOL developers because a lot of infrastructure still runs on it.
I know that. I still hated every single second.
Oh,
to learn.
It's not fun to try and learn it, but if you learn it, you make a fuck ton of money. And you are pretty much set for the rest of your life.
Yeah,
but
that
anyway,
didn't happen.
Well, learn it well, but
Yes.
there are some like general power-ups battered about when you kill things. There's a like time freeze. There's a bonus health. There is something I'm not a big fan of with this. Specifically the bird dude I'm playing as. The noise he makes when he gets hit is very, very similar to the Angry Bird. Like, I don't want to outright say they kind of swiped it from Rovio, but someone might want to have a look at that type deal.
I mean, there's a non-zero chance that they already just got it from a library.
Possibly. But yeah, like, this is your programming interface, which is, it's funny. Like, I've played with something like this programming robots as a kid. Like, if you remember the, I think it was like Lego Technics. Had a robot line, and they had little robots like this.
Yeah. I forget the name of it.
I think it was Technics or something like that.
But they had like one of the big center bricks that had a in it that could drive some shafts.
Yeah.
That you then connect parts to.
But yeah, so like the programming interface reminds me of that. Honestly, if you stripped the computery stuff out of this, you lose nothing. Like, it's trying to build itself to teach you how to quote-unquote program, but it does none of the programming teaching. So it's like, it's a bit like disingenuous in a way in that. Because like, you know, you're not going to learn to program on this. You're just, you're messing with this because you want something a bit different than your usual, like, Vampire Survivors or what have you.
What's that server I always hear about, or service that I always hear about that's on?
Boot.dev.
That's on, huh? Yeah. I wonder if they're trying to attract people who get it mixed up with that.
Possibly. But like on its own as a game, it's fine. The like building your own like weapons thing is a fun novelty if you don't like the out and out randomness of Survivors games. But it does kind of get to be a pain in the ass after a little bit, just because they don't do a very good job of helping you keep track of things, so you still have to follow the lines and keep everything as organized as you can. I guess, do you guys have any questions or comments? I guess we'll add.
Were you asked to take anyone down 6 underground?
No.
Good to know.
I will add at least the build that they are displaying here for early access is very easy. Either it's very easy or I'm become very good at Vampire Survivors likes, because I didn't die once.
I've encountered that kind of phenomenon with some of the Survivor likes I've played for the show that are in early access. Let's see.
I think some of them are afraid to be hard and kill the player on their first 5 runs because that's how it goes.
Possibly.
Because the original Vampire Survivor is definitely not afraid to do that.
Oh, no, it is not.
Well, remember, the original Vampire Survivor is not only out, it's got mountains worth of DLC and stuff, and update.
No, I'm just wondering if we're seeing like rip-offs be afraid to be as hard as the original. Not rip-offs, but you know what I mean. Imitators.
Right. Anyway, so in terms of where this game is, at least according to the early access notes, the early access version of Net Attack already offers a lot of content, several characters that can be played differently, a huge number of different nodes invite you to experiment. In addition to the 3 playable worlds, there will also be a daily challenge mode where there are different challenges to master every day. I feel like that's like basic Survivors like mode.
Yeah, it really is. Right now, I think right now the only character I've been able to play as is Eddie. I don't know if I need to unlock the other character or if that's just, you know, there to tantalize you with other characters existing, but they're not fully implemented. There's the boot camp, quote unquote, which lets you like do programming, like different programming stuff. Like it wants you to destroy all the enemies at once. So instead of using the send packet code, you will do damage and range and then execute. And oh look, all the enemies are dead. One quick thing to note: if you want to play this on the controller, do not. It is actively worse, even if you have your controller plugged in. Like, you can't move around as freely. So there is that. But yeah, like, you have the option for naming conventions for, like, you know, whatever you fancy. I don't think there is, like, COBOL in here. I think I was wrong on that. But yeah, and there's just like the game is fine, but if you're looking to get this to want to become a programmer, then you are going to be sorely mistaken. But yeah, I think that's it. Like, it's a fine game, just it's what it's trying to advertise itself as, it's not really doing well.
Hmm.
So anything else?
Well, pricing.
Yep.
Because this is an early access game, the current price is $7.99, $8 USD. And will the price raise? And the answer is yes, which is typically the case with these survivor-like.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think that we've encountered one that didn't have the intention to raise the price when it reached 1.0 yet.
Yeah.
Maybe it happened. But...
Right now, where it sits, there's about as much content, a little bit more content than a demo. So it really depends what its price cap wants to be. If it wants to be $10 and like all of the other like the characters are actually get implemented, then maybe. But dropping $8 for this in the state it's in right now, I don't think there's quite enough there to justify it. Because yeah, like you got some daily challenges, which that's just procedurally generated. You get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Currently 5 of the hacking lessons things. It looks like. There's currently 1 available character. I don't know how to get the other 2 unless it's just grind and play, which is not good. And yeah. All in all, the game is... It's an interesting novelty if you're not trying to look at this to teach you how to code. Because this is not going to teach you how to code.
And I suppose the final note here is length of early access time, as this game is still in its projected early access time frame, which is estimated to be 6 months. It came out back in June of this year at time of recording, and aims to be finished by early 2026. So it has some time left to accomplish all its goals.
Probably at least put it on your wish list if it interests you, and see if they put some more content to at least make it worth the $8 price tag at current time. Yeah, I guess that's where I stand on this.
All right. So yeah, that'll do it for Net Attack here. Be sure to tune in after the break as the Galax reviews Other War.